Okay, once you're in your Google Drive, notice right here where it says New. Click on New. And one of the options is to create a new folder. So click on that. You will give that folder a name. So hypothetically for this tutorial, I'm just going to call it Education 516. Okay, and then click Create. Now that folder is created. Now let's say you need to drag and drop an existing file into that folder. Hypothetically, I'm just going to pull up just some folders for now, rather some files, okay? So let's say this particular one needs to go into that folder. Okay, I would click on it, okay? And now I have various ways to do it. I can actually go to my drive, look for that folder that I just created. You'll notice I already have a lot of folders up here. Okay, and here it is. And I could just drag it and drop it right in like that. Okay, there's also another way to do it, so I'll show you with another file how that is done. You can actually open it up. And once the file is opened, you would go to File, and you can go Move to Folder. And then find the folder. Again, I have a lot of folders here. It's the only way I could stay organized. And you would go like that and move it right in. Okay, so now on my Google Drive, if I go down to that folder I just created, you'll see there are two files there. Okay, so I hope that gives you a somewhat of an overview. I also wanted to show you how you can, I think we're okay for now. I don't want to do too much. I think you're set. So again, we have these two folders, or two files in here. And perhaps I could show you one other file that I would want to put in that particular folder. So now what I'm going to do is go, I'm going to scroll back up, go to my drive, and find another file to put in there temporarily. Okay, these are mostly my folders, so I want to go down and find a file. Okay, so let me go to Recent again, find something I would want to move over there. Okay, so let's say it's this particular one. Okay, let me open up my drive here and just drag it right in there. Now notice when you're dragging it in, make sure that you're dragging it, if you have multiple folders, you drag it to the right place. If you're new to creating folders, of course, the first one you create would be fairly easy to find. It does list your folders in alphabetical order. Okay, so now when I click on, we have all three there. So creating folders in Google Drive is a very handy way for you to find what you need. So for instance, when you're taking a course, creating a folder for it is highly recommended, and then all the files that you need for that course, dragging them or placing them into that particular folder. So again, the process is New, Folder, and then name your folder. Okay, I'm now going to show you a few other tricks in terms of working with folders. So I have this folder open right now, and notice in my folders I do color code them. It makes it a little easier for them to be found. So if I click on this option here, it's More Actions, and what I could do is change the color of that folder. And so I'm going to change it to this orange color. It reminds me of fall. And now I notice as I come over here, though, it does look a little too much like the folder right below it. So I'm going to click back here, and I'm going to change it to another color so it doesn't quite look the same. Change color, and I think I will go with a color that doesn't look like any that are surrounding that area. Maybe I'll pick that lime green color. Okay, now it's turned lime green, so you can see it right there. And of course, these are all the files that are in there. Let me go back to that option as well. More action. Okay. In addition, you could always rename a folder, as you can see. You could add a star to it if you wanted to. You could download the whole entire folder. But for now, just to keep things simple, all I really wanted to do is show you how to change the color of a folder that you've created. So if you have multiple folders, that would help you with getting organized. And if you wanted to click on this new folder, what that would do, and I'm just going to call it Student Projects. Okay, and what that has done is created a folder inside of this folder. So it's a subfolder in a sense. So when I go back here now, okay, so we have the student folder that's inside of there, and I could drag and drop things. So notice now when I'm in Education 516, when I click this down arrow, I have this subfolder. So for instance, if you were sharing with me a Google document and I want to keep myself organized, I would put it in the students' projects. Now, we have not a particularly large class, but if I were teaching in a public school and I had many students, I might actually create a folder for each student. But that's certainly beyond a course that we're taking, or we have a minimum number of students in the class. But again, that's the basic process. So again, let me review with you what I just did. So I have this folder opened, as you can see, and these are the files that I've already placed in there by using the move method that I showed you before. And I just go down here, okay? And if I want to create a new subfolder in that folder, I have it open, I go new folder. And in this one, I'll call it Creativity. This is where I put any files that are being shared with me or that I create that have to do with the creativity. Okay, so now notice in the main folder, I have these two subfolders. And of course, I could go in and color code those if I wanted to. And I would just go in this way, change color, and that is a student's projects. I'll make that out this aqua color. Okay, and creativity. I would maybe make that change color, and I'll get pretty creative here and make it that violet color. Now again, this is advanced creating the subfolders. I primarily want to make sure you know how to create a main folder, which I showed you just in the early part of this tutorial. So I think we're set for now.